Collinsville is where it's at, so when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah. You know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah. Screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to see it, yes, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm by my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play no sports. I play my cards right, now we're good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All the fresh boys,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. I am Todd Duke. Glad that you're with us on what has turned out to be a rainy and very cool Saturday afternoon as we get you set for the much-anticipated and slightly delayed Lady Kahok Soccer home opener. Again, I'm Todd Duke. Welcome into the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show on the Kahok Sports Network as we get you set for this game between Collinsville and Althoff, brought to you by Cullip Jennings Florist in Collinsville, a staple in the Collinsville area, has been for generations. Cullip Jennings Florist is located at 517 West Clay Street. Check them out now for prom flowers. Prom is coming up for the schools in the area, those that are still having prom. And we know we're still having Mother's Day. That is 3 weeks from tomorrow. So if you have a mother that maybe lives out of town, not in the area, and you need to get some flowers delivered out of town, out of state, then Cullip Jennings Florist is the place to call. And, of course, they can handle all deliveries locally as well. 344-0404 is their number, or you can check them out online at cullipjennings.com. Collinsville Lady Kahok soccer team comes into this contest with an overall record of 2-1 after their first 3 games of the year. Althoff has also played in 3 games, and they are 3-0. Collinsville is coached by Chris DiGirolamo. He is in his 3rd year and has 11-12-2 record. Because we didn't play last year, there was no numbers to add to that. And Jürgen Hüttner is the coach for Althoff. He is beginning his 20th season as the Lady Crusaders head coach, and he has a winning record of 257 wins, 98 losses, and 18 ties. Coming into this contest, Althoff in their 3 games have scored 22 goals. Collinsville has scored 4 in their 3 games. The Lady Kahok started the year off their first 3 games on the road, a 1-0 loss at Edwardsville on a Tigers goal in the second half. Feldman, the starting goalkeeper for that game and for the game here this afternoon, gave up 1 goal on 8 shots on goal. A 2-0 win at Belleville East. Megan Jeremias with both goals, and Jenna Feldman with the shutout in that contest. And then just recently on, seems like recently, but it wasn't, 2-1 win at Waterloo. Jenna Feldman 1 goal on 6 shots, and Kyra Van Dyke and Morgan Rader with the goals in that game. Lady Crusaders, they opened up their season on the road as well. They had a win at Columbia 4-1. They scored 3 of their 4 goals in the second half. Game number 2, they beat Carbondale 5-0 at Carbondale. This was on Thursday, and the day before that, Carbondale beat Salem 14-0 in that contest, and Althoff used 3 goalkeepers in that game, by the way. So Carbondale beats Salem 14-0, and then they come in and lose to Althoff by a score of 5-0. And then yesterday, Althoff beat Centralia 13-0. 10 goals in the first half of that game. Reagan Moody with 5 goals on 9 shots all by herself after she had a hat trick in that 5-0 win over Carbondale. So Reagan Moody already with 8 goals on the year in the start for Althoff. We will take our first break here on the Cullip Jennings Flores pregame show. When we come back, we'll tell you a little bit about both of these coaches that are taking the field here this afternoon with their respective teams, and we'll do that in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Flores, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Flores has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Cullip Jennings Flores is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Flores is there for any life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Flores, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Cullip Jennings Flores, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Flores has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Cullip Jennings Flores is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Flores is there for any life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Flores, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com.
And once again, welcome back into the Cullip Jennings Flores pregame show here on the Kahawk Sports Network. Home opener for your Lady Kahawk soccer team. A little bit delayed. Matter of fact, a few days delayed. And we were supposed to be playing Belleville West for our home opener, but the Belleville West girls soccer program has been hit with COVID, so they had to cancel, and at the last minute, we had a little bit of a reschedule and brought Althoff into the mix, so we do have a game here today. By the way, JV won 1-0 here on this rain-soaked Saturday. The lone goal came from freshman Evie Hood at the 37-minute mark of the second. Collinsville holds on and wins that game by a score of 1-0. Let's get to know the coaches a little bit. How about we begin with Althoff and Jürgen Hüttner. He, of course, like everyone else in the world of high school girls soccer, did not have a 2020. His first year was 2005. They finished third in the state at 25-3-1. And then more hardware along the way. Second place in 2008 when they went 25-4-1. Third place in 2018 when they went 24-4. And they were state champs in 2010 when they went undefeated at 27-0. And that is the only trophies in girls soccer history for the Althoff Lady Crusaders soccer program. 9-time regional champions. Last time was 2019. They went 21-5-1. They beat Freeburg and Jabot in regionals. They beat Mater Dei in the sectional super semifinal before they lost to Columbia in the sectional finals that year. Chris DiGirolamo is the coach for Collinsville. Of course, he missed last season as well. They went 9-11-2 in his first year. That was after taking over for current athletic director Clay Smith. Smith teams, while he was there, went 138-44-14. Fourth place in 2015, third place in 2017, and second place in 2016. And Smith is the only girls coach to take girls soccer to state besides the 1987 fourth place team. That was headed by Dave Jenkins and went 17-4-4 that year. Last home game here. It's been a long time, kids. The last girls soccer home game at this stadium was on the 9th of May of 2019, a 2-0 loss to O'Fallon. Kids, that was 714 days ago. That is just 16 days shy of exactly 2 years since the last time the Lady Kahawks took the field here at Kahok Stadium. How about a little bit of history? Yep, we always have some history lessons for you. Since 2000, Collinsville has the better of the marks against Althoff at 13-8. They last met in 2019 at Althoff. Collinsville won that game 2-1. Lexi Munoz had a goal in that game, as did since graduated Faith Liljegren. Kahawks right now are on a current 10-game win streak against Althoff. That stretches over 9 years. And the last time that Collinsville lost to Althoff, well, that was the year they won the state championship when they went 27-0. I just mentioned that. And Collinsville lost 2-0 at the Family Sportsplex. And that win was the last of 8 in a row for Althoff over Collinsville, because the Crusaders beat Collinsville from 2003 to 2010. This current streak for Collinsville, 2011 to now. And they played twice, by the way, in the 2012 season. They played a regular season matchup, and then they met again in the Southwest tournament. So now you know everything that I know, except for maybe some individual stats and who's starting in this contest today. We'll fill in those two blanks for you as the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show returns right after a brief timeout here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Cullip Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahawk sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, now with locations in Collinsville and Maryville, for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo at 345-1121 or visit them with their new locations in Collinsville and Maryville or online at fnbwaterloo.com. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations, Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background-checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville, owned by former Kahok Jay Merkel. At Extreme Details, they believe in the value of community and in helping the community hold the value of their vehicles. A sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details offers drop-off, pickup, and delivery service as well as a mobile service, whether that's a simple wash and wax or all the way up to a full detail job. No job is too big or too small for Extreme Details. Plus, Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal and vacuums every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, boats, motorcycles, and more. Extreme Details in Collinsville, open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday. Call Jay Merkel for an appointment at 301-6033 or 977-1224.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Call Up Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
And once again, welcome back to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. I'm Todd Duke. Glad you're with us here because it's not nice to be here. It's I'm okay. I'm in the press box, but everybody's here and they've got their umbrellas out because it's wet. It's kind of cold, damp, rainy, and the rain will probably end around the time that this game is due to end. So without further ado, here are your starters. We'll begin with Althoff in goal. You will find Anna Brewer. And in front of young Miss Brewer, you'll find Reagan Moody, 8 goals in her last 2 games. Julia O'Neill, Emma Tell, Tori Calvert, Morgan Wagner, Natalie Cohn, Bree Birdsong, Avery Gomrick, Hope Schmidt, and Jenna Roper. In goal for Collinsville, Jenna Feldman. And in front of the sophomore goalkeeper for Collinsville, you'll find Megan Germaeus, Maria Coco, Morgan Rader, Mariah Siverly, Lexi Munoz, Sarah Hinsey, Georgia Cox, Maria Voss, Jordan Gary, and Kyra Van Dyke. Here are a look at some of your leaders. We'll begin with the goalkeepers for Collinsville. Jenna Feldman has played all 3 games for Collinsville, 240 minutes, 2 wins, 1 loss. She has a solo shutout, and she has given up 2 goals on 15 saves. So she has a goals against average of 0.67 and a save percentage right around 88%. We are underway. In the other goal, Anna Brewer, 112 minutes, 2-0 on the year. She's allowed 1 goal and she's saved 5. So her goals against average is 0.71 and she has a save percentage right around 83%. Megan Jeremias has 2 goals. She leads the Collinsville Kahawks in the goal department. They've only scored 4. Jeremias with 2, Rader with 1, and Van Dyke with 1. And Reagan Moody, as we told you, she has scored 8 goals in her last 2 games, and she leads her team in that department with those 8 goals. Ball ends up going out of bounds, and it's going to be a throw-in coming up here for Althoff. And Althoff, they'll be attacking the goal here to your left on the screen. And Collinsville will be attacking the goal to your right, where Anna Brewer stands down there with the bright neon green jersey. And Collinsville is heading in that direction, but that ball is picked up by Althoff and shoved back across midfield. Chasing it down over there is Lexi Munoz, but it'll go out of bounds in front of the Kahawk bench, and a throw-in coming from Maria Coco. Just underway here. JV team won 1-0 on a goal by freshman Evie Hood at the 37-minute mark. And the Kahawks are looking to match the wins that Althoff has brought into this contest. Althoff is 3-0. Collinsville is 2-1. Collinsville's only lost the season opening 1-0 loss at Edwardsville. This game was supposed to be played earlier this past week. That was the day we got some snow. And that game was canceled along with a host of other things. And it was moved to today against Belleville West. Then Belleville West suffered a COVID outbreak with their girls' soccer team, so they couldn't play. So arrangements were made to bring Althoff into town. And Althoff's been on quite the roll lately. 13 goals yesterday, 5 in the game before that, so 18 goals in their last 2 games. And as play takes place at midfield, Althoff trying to corral it, and over there providing a little defense is Jordan Gary. And then back up the sideline, and Gary will get it and just send it on back to Feldman. Feldman in the box. Brings it over to this side and finds on the sideline Morgan Rader. Rader kicks it on back, and the defense takes control, and he'll try to push it up and get a little offense going here. Neither team with much offense yet, but here comes Althoff after a turnover by Collinsville in their defensive zone. And turning the corner over there on the far side is Calvert, and then a shot toward the goal off the goal post, and then in on a header right off the bat. Althoff doesn't waste much time putting up another goal as they continue their hot scoring streak, and that was Morgan Wagner with the goal for Althoff there. So Kahawks already find themselves trailing 1-0. Just a little over 2 minutes into this contest. That one hit off the crossbar. Where the crossbar meets the near post, it bounced off of that, and then it came right down onto the head of Morgan Wagner, and Wagner knew what to do with it once she got it. Now Collinsville trailing early here in this game will have to come from behind. That ball was taken off of the leg of Jermaeus, and out of bounds it goes, and Collinsville will have a throw-in right down underneath of our location, and the throw-in will be coming from Siverly. Siverly throws it in, and Jordan Gary gives it a tap up the near sideline, trying to find Jermaeus over here, and it's knocked out of bounds again, and Siverly with another throw-in coming up here for Collinsville. Up the near sideline. Double teamed over there is Jermaeus. Now back over here for Siverly. Siverly just skips the ball right across the body there of Hensey. And then Jordan Gary tries to settle it down, but she can't. And the defense for Althoff gets it out of harm's way for the time being anyway. As we approach 36 minutes left to play here in this opening half. Collinsville already trailing. Collinsville trying to keep that ball from going across the end line, but the Kahawks are the ones who put it there, so it'll be a goal start re-kick here by Anna Brewer. Brewer wearing that neon green jersey. Strikes it and just barely does, and didn't even make it out of the 18-yard box, but Althoff's defense brings it up, and they'll try to pick up some more offense. That ball ends up going out of bounds, put there by Collinsville, so Althoff with a throw-in right in front of their own bench. Jordan Gary sends it back off a header the other way. Collinsville trying to push it back up into the offensive zone and get that tying goal before any further damage can be done. Now all the way back past the defense. It's picked up back there by Maria Voss, and Voss will just send it back to Feldman. Feldman sends it back toward midfield. And trying to settle it down over there is Hensey. She gets taken away from the ball, and Althoff begins to push onto the offensive zone again, but the ball goes out of bounds in front of the Kahok bench, and it'll be another throw in here. This one will be handled by Maria Coco. Throw in up the near side, sent right back to the Collinsville bench. We'll do it all over again, just up about 10 yards. In between the two benches it goes. And Jeremiah's trying to settle it down. Back to the Althoff defense. And then Jordan Gary steps up and tries to send it up. She was trying to find Kyra Van Dyke, who was already heading into the offensive zone, but Van Dyke got knocked off the ball. Now Collinsville gets it back, and Cox sends it back to the defense. Collinsville sends it right back up to Jeremiah's. Jeremiah's over into the middle circle there for Hensey. Hensey got knocked off the ball, but she regains control, and she'll send it back to her defense. And Maria Voss. Voss sends it back up into the circle. Turning the corner is Jeremiah's. Jeremiah's gets it over here, to Rader. Rader off of body of Althoff defender, and then Collinsville gets the ball back, but right in between the legs of Sarah Hensey it goes, and it's picked up by Althoff, and the Lady Crusaders try to bring it back up. That's Julia O'Neill, and then back to the defense it goes, and Hope Schmidt all the way over onto the far side for Bree Birdsong. Birdsong sends it up the sideline. Collinsville trying to pick it off over there. Maria Coco in a little bit of a battle. She gets it out of there, and Jeremiah's trying to track the ball down on that far sideline. Bodies run into each other, and Althoff has a free shot at it and sends it all the way back down into the offensive zone. Trying to race it over there is Calvert, and that ball ends up going out of bounds. Collinsville last to touch it. And the throw-in comes from Althoff and down onto the feet of Wagner. Wagner, who scored the goal and given her team a 1-0 lead. Now a nice step up there by Morgan Rader, gets the ball back to midfield. And then Collinsville continues to push forward and trying to find Jeremias, but that was blocked out. Now Rader with it. Rager, she'll send it up, but it'll be offside. If that was offside, that was barely offside. 32 and a half minutes to go here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Althoff. Althoff won their first 3 games of the year. Collinsville's first 3 games of the year were all on the road. This is their home opener. Delayed by about 4 days, and back to midfield we go. Over to Jordan Gary. Gary gets the ball over here to Siverly. Siverly up the sideline for Rader. Rader back to Siverly. And then off of a defensive player and deeper into the zone, but the defense for Althoff holds strong, and they send it back out to midfield. Battling for it are the Kahawks, and Cox will just send it back to Feldman, and we'll have a restart here, and Feldman chips the ball back out toward midfield. Didn't get that far before Althoff takes care of it once again. Back to the defense, and Jenna Roper. Roper gets the ball right back. And then sends it over to the far side. Maria Coco there off of her body over to Jordan Gary. Gary gets knocked off the ball, but it ends up going right to Hensey. And then Hensey will send it back to her defense. Kahawks down 1-0. 31 and a half minutes to go here in this opening half. Now another chance here for Althoff. And a nice stand-up block there by Collinsville. And Lexi Munoz, but then a shot and a save by Feldman. And that keeps the game at 1-0. Feldman will just roll the ball out here to the side for Siverly. And Siverly nicks the ball up for Georgia Cox, back over to Siverly. Siverly will now try the far side and give it to Coco. Maria Coco over there sends the ball up onto the foot of Van Dyke. Van Dyke getting all kinds of defensive pressure from behind by Wagner. And then the ball ends up out of bounds, put there by Wagner. So Collinsville will have a throw in from in front of their own bench. Sydney Summer, who just came from playing volleyball, is now out on the field. She had her own personal doubleheader today, volleyball followed by soccer. Another ball put into the bench, this one into the Althoff bench in Collinsville. We'll have another throw-in, trying to generate some offense. It misses the defender, and it rolls all the way across the end line, put there by Collinsville. They couldn't quite get that ball tracked down. And a slow down. First 10 minutes of this first half are gone. Another 30 minutes to go. Here is Anna Brewer. Brewer sends it back out toward midfield. Misses everybody until it finds Georgia Cox. Cox will send it back to the defense. And Summer. Back out to the middle for Cox again, and then back to the defense again, and Lexi Munoz. Munoz sends the ball up, and it's onside, but it's going to roll all the way to Brewer, so Collinsville couldn't get anything going there. And Brewer sends the ball back out to midfield on a bounce. Munoz steps in front of it, sends it over to Summer. And then they'll just send it back over to Feldman. Feldman will knock the ball back out of there. Didn't go very far. Still raining here. Not hard. Hasn't been raining hard at all. It's just been a steady rain since about 4 o'clock in the morning. And apparently that's going to end at about 3-ish or so. And then we might even see some sunshine before the sun sets. And then we start a little stretch of about 3 days of beautiful sunshiny weather and warmer temperatures. Far side sideline. Ball kicked out of bounds. Almost 70 tomorrow, and then 80 on Monday and Tuesday. Maybe even the mid-80s on Tuesday. Althoff with the 1-0 lead, and they throw the ball in to the Crusaders. Collinsville's defense trying to track it down. Munoz doing a nice job keeping that body blocked, and Collinsville sends it back to the defense. And now over here to this near side sideline for Morgan Rader. Rader trying to feed it up to Hensey, but passed her a little bit too far. And Natalie Cohn comes up with it for Althoff and sends it up into the middle. Julia O'Neill will then send it up. And chance here for Althoff as coming way out of the goal is Feldman. And then Collinsville, man, that was close. Maria Coco got her foot on that ball and got that ball out of there. before any damage could be done by Reagan Moody. We told you she already has 8 goals in her last 2 games, and she was vying for number 9 right there. Ball comes down, and Collinsville has to react, and their defense needs to push the ball back up toward midfield. Jordan Gary trying to hone that ball down and slow it down and get a hold of it, but no good on that one. And here is Avery Gomrick. Gomrick over here on this left wing being battled over there on the sideline by Sydney Summer, and Summer gets whistled for an infraction, and it'll be a throw-in, or no whistle, so just out of bounds. And the Crusaders go back to work again. Julia O'Neill sends a centering pass right into the middle. Morgan, who already has a goal, that's off of her hand, so whatever happens won't count. That was a handball. And Collinsville will have a goal kick restart here. They'll do so with a little pass over onto the right wing and thread the needle. Now over here on the sideline for Summer and off of Summer's foot and out of bounds. So a throw-in coming up here for Althoff as they continue this push into the offensive zone. But Collinsville comes away with it. Here is Cox. Cox sends the ball up in the middle to Jordan Gary. Gary gets around one defender up the near sideline off the back of another defender and then onto the foot of Julia O'Neill. And Reagan Moody trying to get around the defense, but right now the Collinsville defense holding tough, and a shot that's going to go wide and across the inline, and it'll be a goal kick restart here for Jenna Feldman. Feldman, a sophomore. Anna Brewer in the other goal is a junior. As Collinsville sends the ball back up. Kahok spending a little bit too much of their time in their defensive zone, trying to tilt the field the other direction. Now into the middle for Hensey. Hensey over to this side for Summer. Sydney Summer moves the ball up to Morgan Rader. Rader splits the defense and then off of a defender's leg and out of bounds. So Collinsville will have a throw in here right underneath where we are located. And it'll be Sydney Summer. Van Dyke will check back into the game, taking the place of Georgia Cox. And the throw in from Summer on the way. Up the near sideline and taken care of there by the defense, but they let the ball get away, and Collinsville tries to move it up. They do so for Rader. Now back over here onto the wing for Van Dyke, and Van Dyke off of the legs of her defender, and that's going to be a corner kick coming up here for Collinsville. First set piece of the afternoon for the Lady Kahawks. Lexi Munoz will trot all the way in from the defense to help out with this corner kick. Her and Megan Jeremias will head over to the corner. Coming up on 24 and a half to go here in this first half. Goal scored by Althoff in the game's first 2.5 minutes. And that one stays low and knocked right out of there. Just couldn't get up there. Morgan Rader in time, and the defender got there first. Now back over to this side for Munoz. Munoz sends the ball, or tries to send the ball into the box, but it's blocked out of bounds off of the body of Jenna Roper. And another throw-in coming up here for Collinsville and Sydney Summer. Summer throws it up the near sideline, and Collinsville trying to keep it in. It floats over to the corner, and unable to keep it in was Van Dyke. A little too much spin on it. That wet turf slowing it down a little bit, but still had too much speed for Van Dyke to track it down. 23:45 left to play here in this opening half. 1-0 in favor of Althoff on a Morgan Wagner goal. Just a little over 2 minutes into this game. A shot off of the crossbar and the post on this near side. And right off the head of Wagner and in. Free kick coming up here for Althoff, right below our location. Taken here by Natalie Cohn. A lot of air underneath that ball. Collinsville handles it, but then Althoff finds the rebound after the defensive handle, and they'll turn around and try to make a break for it, but Collinsville picks it off. Nice job there by Jermaeus to read that play. Steps in front of it. Now she's trying to get around another defender. Does so, and she has Kyra Van Dyke coming in the middle, but that ball is pushed out of the 18-yard box, and it'll not go out of bounds. And Morgan Rader will send it back to Summer. Summer over to Julie Gary. Gary in the middle of the circle will send it back to Munoz and the defense over on the far side for Coco. Coco in between the benches. Gets the ball right back. Sends it up, and it's picked off there by the defense for Althoff. And then the Crusaders knock the ball out of bounds in front of the Kahok bench. 22 minutes, 15 seconds left to play here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Althoff. Throw-in comes right at the end of the Kahok bench. Cox back into the game for Collinsville. Over there on the far side, it's Van Dyke trying to get that ball away from the defense. But the defense isn't having any part of it for the Lady Crusaders. And then they turn it over, and Siverly has it on the far side, now giving it up for Coco. And Coco sends it up that far side sideline, trying to find Van Dyke. Led it a little bit too far, and Anna Brewer comes in to pick the ball up. She sends it back out. Well, that's off of a body up front, and same body, and now Summer and her defender wrestle with it for a moment. And I guess they're going to, okay, just went out of bounds. Wasn't sure what they were doing there. Almost looked like everybody gave up on it for a minute. Ball ends up out of bounds by Collinsville, so another throw-in coming up here for Althoff. And it'll be handled by Jenna Roper. Roper. Little lob pass up the sideline. She gets it right back and sends it up to Moody and her 8 goals. Now back out to midfield. Over onto the far side, the defense handles it. Back up to the midfield. And Althoff trying to make their move. Up that far side sideline. Julie Gary trying to get in there and close off that gap, and then it comes right to Sydney Summer, and then a shot and a save by Feldman, as that was just off of the leg, and Althoff Lady Crusader said, "Look what I found," and Feldman had to stay alive there. Goal kick restart coming up here for Collinsville. Lexi Munoz will handle it. And out toward midfield, but sent right back. Collinsville. That was a nice little move there by Georgia Cox, right in between the legs of the defender. Now we'll back up to midfield. On the foot of Megan Jeremias. And over onto the far side, picked up by Coco. She moves it up, gets it up to Van Dyke. Van Dyke gets around a defender and then back over to the far side of the field. Cut back over toward the middle. Nice moves there by Cox. Regaining control of that ball, she'll send it back over to Coco, and Coco on the far side sideline sends the ball up, finds Van Dyke. Van Dyke cutting around on that left-hand wing, and then it's just sent across the end line, and it's going to be a corner kick again for the Lady Cayoks. This one will be taking place over on the far side corner. Halfway through this first half, 1-0 in favor of Althoff. Yeah, somebody's got to go over and take the corner kick. All the girls were over there inside the middle of the box, and ball person's over there holding on to the ball going, "Hey, one of you guys want to take this?" Siverly will take the corner kick as Olivia Johnson comes into the game for the first time, taking the place of Coco. And the corner kick is on the way. It stays low, and that was almost through there, and then a nice save by Brewer, as Jeremias was right there trying to poke that one in on the rebound, and Brewer stayed with it the whole way. At midfield we go. Morgan Wagner over on the far side has it go out of bounds off of her foot. She has the only goal in this game thus far. And now Olivia Johnson with the throw-in. Stays over on the far side, and then Out of bounds it goes by Althoff. Collinsville will have another throw in. This one a little bit farther up the field in between the two benches. And Van Dyke trying to settle it down, get some push on the offensive side of things. It's picked up by one of her teammates and sent over here for Summer. Sydney Summer settles the ball down at midfield. Sends it up here to this near sideline for Morgan Rader. Rader trying to send it toward the middle, but mishit it. And then the ball comes down. Jordan Gary couldn't quite get there, and it's picked up by the defense. But what a turnover that is. All the way over to Kara Van Dyke. Van Dyke in the middle, sends it over to the far side. Siverly has to kind of go off to her left a little bit to try and get that ball back. She sends it into the middle of the box, and then it comes out to this near side. Sydney Summer trying to get there at the same time that the defender was, and Summer just rolls into the defender, and Collinsville was going to get that ball back because it was off of the body of Avery Gomerick, but when Sydney Summer ran her down, the referee blew the whistle, and it belongs to Althoff instead. Bad break there for the Kahawks. Put back into play by the Crusaders, and out past midfield. It bounces down into the Kahawk defense, and then a couple of bodies fly down. Feet got tangled up there by Maria Voss and Reagan Moody. No whistle on the play, though. Althoff continues their push forward, and that ball is going to end up going out of bounds across the sideline, and Collinsville will have a throw-in from there. One to nothing in favor of Althoff. Cardinal baseball game. It's been a delayed start due to the rain, which should be out of here soon. Blues are playing right about now. But I'm recording the game, so nobody tell me anything. Way I have something to watch when I get home on a crappy Saturday. Althoff has the lead. Collinsville has the ball. They send it back to the defense and onto the foot of Cox. Cox will send it deeper into the defense, and Munoz will take over. Alexi moves the ball over onto the far side. She joined us on our This Week in Kahawk Nation podcast when we were totally shut down during the middle part of the pandemic. And over on the far side, Kahawks take over again, and back to the defense it goes. Defense moves it up. Collinsville trying to get a little bit of offense going. They haven't had much, but they've had a little bit of success recently on the offensive pushes. And now the defense for Althoff takes over, and they'll send it over onto the far side, and right in front of the Kahawk bench, it rolls into the bench. 15:20 left to play here in this first half. Throw in for Collinsville coming up. Right in the middle of the Kahawk bench. Here you can see all the umbrellas at the visiting bleachers over there on the far side. Can't see it really raining. That's how light it is. But it is. Ever since about 4 o'clock in the morning, I believe. I don't know. I wasn't up then. Just going by what they were telling me was going to happen. And then Jordan Gary gets taken out of the play, and there's going to be a whistle against that play there against Althoff, and Collinsville will have a free kick, but it'll be from midfield. Taking care of this free kick will be Maria Voss. Voss sends the ball toward the middle of the field, and she gets it right back. How about that? Sends it back again, and that was right past the leg of Jordan Gary, and it rolls all the way over onto the far side, but coming out is Brewer to pick that one up in the box, and she'll send it back out with 14 minutes left to play here in this first half. Through the midfield circle. Van Dyke trying to get that ball away. She couldn't. Sent back to the defense, and Collinsville's defense stepping it up in the middle there. Kind of like a pinch-in job by Olivia Johnson. And that gives Collinsville an opportunity to keep the offense going, but that ball ends up going out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in coming up here for the Kahawks as Sarah Hinsey checks back into the game. And sent out again. That one's almost going to make it into the stands. Almost. Another throw-in coming up here for Johnson. Near side sideline and bounces toward the middle. Picked up there by Cox. Cox will send it back to the defense. Lexi Munoz will track it down, and she'll just boot it all the way back to Feldman. Feldman back over to this side. Finds Sydney Summer. Summer pushes the ball up to midfield and just past Jordan Gary. And then the ball will be taken care of by the defense all the way back to their goalkeeper, Brewer. Brewer will send it out over onto the far side right in front of her bench. That ball falls down right at midfield. Collinsville sends it back to the defense. Lexi Munoz sends the ball up. Van Dyke trying to get it away, but she was unsuccessful in that endeavor. And then the Althoff Crusaders send the ball back up into their offensive zone. Blocked. Back to midfield it goes. Crusaders take over in the midfield circle. Right off of the leg of Van Dyke. Now Van Dyke trying to provide a little defense there from her forward position. Off of the head of Sydney Summer, right down onto the leg of Moody. And Moody backtracks and sends it back to the midfielders and Emma Tell. Tell back out to the top of that circle and back over this way for Wendler. And then back for Tell once again. Tell pushes it up the sideline trying to find Gomerick, and Gomerick pushed off the ball. And that ball ends up going out of bounds. Substitution for Althoff. Avery Gomerick comes off. And a throw-in coming from this near side sideline to our new girl. And then a ball sent out over to this direction. And across the line it goes. And it comes back in. And Althoff a little dangerous. I don't have a 28. What is she? Molly Lanter. Molly Lanter into the game for Althoff. And a goal kick restart here handled by defenseman Alexi Munoz. And she sends it all the way back out to midfield, past everybody, including Van Dyke, who was the last forward back. Settled down at midfield by Althoff, and they try to send it back up. Collinsville's defense trying to take over and almost getting there before the Althoff player was Sarah Hinsey, but over on the far side, Althoff makes another push, and from the right wing, that one's blocked out of bounds by Munoz, and it'll be a corner kick. First corner kick of this game for Althoff. Collinsville's already had two, and this will be the first one for the Lady Crusaders. And Natalie Cohn will go over to take this one for Althoff. Just under 10 minutes to go here in this first half. Cohn sends it. It's high out front, and it comes out to the other side. And then a ball struck out of bounds. No, it didn't go out of bounds. Wow. That is surprising. That ball went all the way over to the far side and didn't quite make it out of bounds. And now Collinsville trying to get it out of that defensive area and put a little offensive pressure on themselves. But first they got to track the ball down and get it out of there. And moving her way over was Jenna Feldman. She'll pick it up, and everybody will head back into the other direction. So crisis averted thus far. Feldman sends the ball back out toward midfield. Not much of a win. The flag is pretty much draped around the pole. I'm not sure if that's because it's wet or because it's just not windy. A little bit of both, I would imagine. And Collinsville working their best, trying to prevent another goal for Althoff and keep this a one-goal game, but a whistle against Collinsville will give the Crusaders a free kick from about 40 yards away, and once again it'll be Natalie Cohn who will take this. Cohn strikes it, settles in front, falls down, and picked up by Feldman. She had one of her own defenders right in front of her. So that was going to turn out good no matter what. A low kick back out to midfield. Collinsville trying to tilt it in the other direction. They have not spent a lot of time down here on the right side of your screen. And Munoz sends the ball back to Feldman, who sends the ball into the middle for Maria Voss. Voss sends it up, but it's picked up by Althoff. They'll send it back to their defense, and then Collinsville will get a freebie here on an intercept by Jordan Gary. She sends the ball up. It's onside, but trying to race there and getting there, but a whistle is going to be called against Megan Jeremias as she kind of grabbed onto a jersey and kind of used that to her advantage to get around and get control of that ball. So a whistle against her will give a free kick back to Althoff with 7.5 minutes to go here in this first half. Once again, Cone will send us back to action. At midfield, moved up, Jordan Gary. Gary gets around one defender and then has to go track down the ball over here on the near side. Does so and tries to streak up that sideline, but the defender got in her way and she had to go around, and it'll be another throw-in here for Collinsville. And it'll be Sydney Summer who will handle the throw-in responsibility. Collinsville makes another couple of substitutions. As Lydia Fuss comes into the game for the first time, and Lainey Belandis checks into the game. Sydney Summer with a throw-in. Does so right in front, and nice try, but couldn't settle that ball down. Then there's a shot, and that's off of the foot of Jeremias, but right into the gut of Anna Brewer. So the score remains 1-0 in favor of Althoff. Probably Collinsville's best chance there. Kahok defense back at it. Here is Lexi Munoz. Munoz. Far side sideline, right in front of her bench. She'll get it right back. And then she'll dodge around one defender and send it up past midfield. And Jordan Gary has to go off of her foot and continue heading into the opposite direction. And here is Gary over on the far left-hand wing. She stops, looking, finding some help, trying to anyway. And then it gets poked away by the Althoff defense right before Sarah Hinsey could get there. So back to the Collinsville defense it goes. Over to Munoz. Munoz sends it into the middle now for Voss. Voss sends the ball up and finds Jordan Gary with it. Gary circles, trying to send it to a streaking Jeremias, who was coming in from the left wing, but she was covered, and there was an extra defender there as well that knocked the ball out of bounds. A little over 5 minutes to go. Collinsville has the ball in their offensive zone. Here is Fluss. Her shot is blocked off of a shin by a defender and then sent all the way back down. That is Olivia Johnson over there who settled it down for a moment, but Althoff comes away with it. They'll send it back over here to the defense, and Jenna Roper. Roper back out toward midfield, where it is picked up there by Hinsey. Hinsey finds Cox, and Cox will just send it back to the defense. Maria Voss over here for Sydney Summer. Summer sends it up the near side for Jordan Gary, who then sends it on over to Belandis, but Belandis had a ball that was spinning, and once it hit her shoe, it spun right out of bounds. So Althoff gets the throw in, but Collinsville retains possession. They'll send it back to the defense once again. Here is Voss. Voss on the near side sideline. Pops the ball up there and out of bounds. So we'll do it all over again. With 4:15 left to play here in this first half. Early goal by Althoff's Morgan Wagner has been the only goal of this game so far. Collinsville has had a couple of chances, none of them in spectacular fashion, but they've had a couple of chances. But I would venture to say that Althoff has had more in the first half of this game, but it's a game of adjustments, and we'll see how Collinsville can adjust after this first half ends. Over on the far side sideline, Jeremias breaks away from a couple of defenders into the middle, trying to scoot it up, and she's trying to find, and a nice play there on the defense because Belandis was coming up the middle, but that ball never did get out of bounds, and it's knocked out of bounds now, and it'll be another throw-in coming up here for Sydney Summer, and she'll do so about 20 yards or so away from this near side post that is being tended to right now by Anna Brewer. Summer awaits the player exchange. Jordan Gary goes off. And Siverly comes back in. Siverly gets the ball and sends it back out front off of the body of Cox. Cox sends one toward the goal. And going out to her left was Brewer. She got a hold of it. And Collinsville comes away with the loose ball. Jeremiah sends it back off of a head, though, before Hensey could track it down. And then over to the far sideline it goes. Back in front for Jeremias. Jeremias sends it up. Collinsville pops it back into the box. Trying to give it a chase down over there was Siverly. And sliding across the wet turf was Anna Brewer to get that ball before Siverly could get any kind of a shot off. 2:40 left to play here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Althoff. Collinsville has picked up the offensive pressure here as of late as Brewer sends the ball back out to midfield. Into the Crusaders bench it goes. And Collinsville's defense will take over from here. It's up to Summer. Summer sends the ball up, trying to find Siverly. Siverly still trying to track that ball down, and then the defender holds her off, so Anna Brewer can come out. And Brewer, I think she was trying to slide on the wet turf to get that ball, and she kind of went down and hit her knee in the turf first before that slide happened. 1:45 left to play here in the first half. Out to midfield it goes, and with it is Cox. Cox sends it over to the far sideline for Johnson. Back over to Munoz. Munoz over to Voss. Voss surveys things and then pushes the ball up, trying to find Siverly. It comes loose, and Belandis takes care of it. She sends it to the middle, but nothing but white jerseys there to take care of that loose ball. Up the far sideline, chasing it down. Althoff trying to find another offensive opportunity, and instead it goes across the end line, and it'll be a goal kick restart here for the Lady Kahawks. Feldman sits the ball down with 1 minute to go here in this first half. Out toward midfield, but Althoff does a nice job keeping the ball into their offensive zone. And onto the foot of O'Neill it goes. Now trying to chase it down is Voss, and she does so. And she knocks it off of the body of the forward for Althoff. So Collinsville will get the throw in. And it'll be Sydney Summer. Popped right back into the defense. And a couple of bodies collide. And Althoff takes over possession. Moody at midfield. Her and her 8 goals in her last 2 games. She's been held kind of quietly here today. And she'll get the ball back, pop it up over here on this near sideline. But that's pretty much going to do it for this first half, as Collinsville will have a throw in with 5 seconds left. And as the ball gets tipped back out to midfield, the horn sounds. And that is the end of 1 half of play. The only goal off of the head of Morgan Wagner just a couple minutes into this game. So we have another whole half to go. We'll see if Collinsville can make their adjustments and take it from there. We'll come back and tell you all about the second half in just a moment here on the Kahok
Ogle
Sports
Auctions
Network.
in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more. To collectible items, anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves, like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than Elsie's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, Elsie's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. Elsie's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food, like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. Elsie's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And Elsie's Pub shows Kahawk games live, as well as blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty. The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune. Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, "The usual?" So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend. Or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Everyone has those projects around the house that you just don't want to do. AW Outdoor Solutions can take care of that for you. Former Collinsville High School graduate Adam Welly owns AW Outdoor Solutions, and he and his crew can handle all of the dirty work around your home or business, whether that's tree trimming and maintenance, brush removal, power washing, gutter cleaning, and leaf raking and removal. AW Outdoor Solutions can handle that and much more. AW Outdoor Solutions is fully insured and offers free estimates on all of their work. AW Outdoor Solutions. Call Adam Welly at 314-252-8010 or on Facebook at AW Outdoor Solutions.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. Each ingredient chosen carefully, every blend crafted masterfully. Nurturing your passion, nourishing your purpose. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage Team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food? All created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027. And once again, welcome back to Kahok Stadium. Nope. We are just about ready for second half action here between Collinsville and Althoff. Althoff has the lone goal of the game. It came just a little over 2 minutes into this contest off of a header in front of the box by Morgan Wagner. It found its way in, and that's where we stand right now, 1-0 as we're about ready to get underway. We switch into the field. And that means Anna Brewer in the neon green jersey will be in goal to your left, while Collinsville's goalkeeper Jenna Feldman in her all-black uniform is in goal here to your right. And just underneath our location, a little battle for the ball, won by Althoff. They send it up the middle and then over to the far side, back into the Collinsville defense. Maria Voss will send it back up toward midfield. Off of the head there of Sarah Hinsey, back out to Voss. And then Althoff comes away with it. Here's a little bit of trouble. A shot and a goal. And just like that,
The Althoff Crusaders have extended their lead 2-0 on a goal by Izzy Wendler. So, just when you thought that we might get a little push here early on, just a mere 31 seconds into the second half, Althoff gets another. So now the Lady Kahawks with even more work to do. Luckily for them, they have almost a whole half to do it. 39 minutes and 15 seconds left. Collinsville brings the ball up. Here is Maria Coco. Coco gets the ball up to Jeremias. Jeremias fends off a defender and then kicks one through, but it's off of the ankle of one of those defenders and never really made it very far. And then the ball comes out here on this near side sideline. And a throw in from Bree Birdsong off of a body and out to Maria Voss. Voss will send it over to Sydney Summer. Summer surveys things and then sends one back up the middle where it's a tip pass from Hensey all the way over to Siverly on the far side. Now a ball into the box, and it's off of the body of Hensey. And now Siverly with it over there, trying to wrestle it away. Couldn't do it. Picked up by Althoff, and their defense brings the ball back up. And up that far sideline it goes until it rolls into the Althoff bench. So the Kahawks trail 2-0 now. Goals early in the first and early in the second. Collinsville has yet to find the back of the net. Going to give it their best effort here in the second half as the Kahawks now trail 2-0. Over here on this near side sideline, picked up there by Jordan Gary. Gary moves the ball up to Morgan Rader. Rader cuts it in over on the left wing and then gets shoved off of the ball, and that ball is going to go across the end line, and it's going to be a corner kick coming up here for the Lady Kahawks on this near side. And it'll be Sarah Hensey who will take it. Collinsville had 2 corner kicks in the first half and couldn't get anything to go in. And after Althoff gets a goal here early in the second half, the Kahawks pick up their first corner. See if we can get a score on a set piece. It's low, outside, and popped up, and then right straight down on the goal line. And that's a tough break there. Collinsville almost had a goal over the head of Anna Brewer, and then it bounces off of the crossbar and then straight down right in front of her. Boy, I tell you, if it would have hit her somewhere, it would have probably went in. That was probably Collinsville's best opportunity here so far this afternoon. Kahawks send the ball back down on a header by Gary. Over to the near sideline. Trying to keep it in was Jeremias, and Collinsville does keep it in. Back over to Jordan Gary. Gary tries to shove it up the sideline, trying again to find Morgan Rader, but that ball was picked off by the defense, and now the defense for Althoff sends it back down for the offense to get a try. Here is Wendler, who just scored a goal. Or is that Moody? Moody? Moody into the box. Circles. More trouble coming up here for Collinsville until she is bumped off of the ball by Sydney Summer. And then a turnover. Goal kick restart coming up here for Collinsville. Must have went across that in line. Pops back out, and all the way to midfield it goes. Over to the outside of the circle. Picked up there by Birdsong. And then Jordan Gary and Moody fall to the ground. No, that's not Moody. That's Calvert. So a free kick here for Althoff from midfield and Birdsong. Actually, that's Cohen. And a bounce and right into the hands of Jenna Feldman. Kahawks trail by 2. Feldman sends it back out toward midfield and back to the defense and over to Summer. Summer sends it across that far side sideline for Siverly. Siverly will send it back to Sydney Summer, and Summer will get it farther up the sideline, but it's picked up there by the Lady Crusaders defense. Circling with it is Julia O'Neill, and now O'Neill trying to find Moody in the middle, but that one's picked up by Voss and sent to the Althoff bench. Throw in coming up here. I guess it was off of a Althoff body because Collinsville gets the throw in. And over on the far sideline, backwards header sent back out to midfield by Collinsville. Popped back in to the Kahok defensive zone. Picking it up down here is Coco. Coco in front of her defender. Pops the ball over everyone's head. Morgan trying to give it a race, but she's going to be outrun by a couple of Lady Crusaders. And then almost a turnover there by Althoff. And now they do turn it over as Morgan Rader sends the ball up the sideline, off the head, then off the body, and then she gets tripped up. And that is going to be a whistle against Althoff. And Collinsville may get a free kick here from almost the spot where you take the corner kick. Nope, they're just going to call it out of bounds, aren't they? Coco will throw it in. Does so into the corner for Jeremiah. She circles. Tries to get around her defender, gets pushed from behind. No whistle on the play. Morgan Rader with it. Sends it back out toward the middle of the box, but it's blocked off there by the Althoff defense. And then back out towards midfield it goes, where Moody will pick it up and send it to a teammate. Now Collinsville trying to pick it back up. They do on a nice little interception there by Cox over to Jordan Gary. Gary trying to find Morgan Rader. She does so. Outside of the box. Gets pushed off the ball. Has a chance. Puts a shot on goal, but right into the midsection of Anna Brewer. And Collinsville still looking for that first goal of the game. 33 minutes to go here in the second half. 2-0 in favor of Althoff. Rader had a wide open look, but Brewer also had a wide open look at Rader coming in. Nice move over there by Cox. Cox sends it up. Jeremias couldn't get to it, so the defense sends it right back and onto the foot of Maria Voss. Now sent back out toward midfield. Circling with it is Moody. Over on the far sideline in front of her own bench. She gets it right back. She looks for a teammate, finds one, and then that's blocked out by Jordan Gary. Gary gets tugged from behind. Again, no whistle. Jordan Gary breaks free and sends it up to Voss over here on this near sideline. Voss again turns in from the left side until it's kicked out of bounds. And it's going to belong to Collinsville. And another throw-in coming up here from near where the corner kick takes place. This throw-in will be taken care of by Coco. And into the middle of the box and then sent over to the sideline. Jeremias, she couldn't get a proper shot on goal. She just kind of turned around and shot it toward the goal, and it went way wide. She wasn't quite as far toward the middle of the box as she would have liked to have been. And the Kahawks, still plenty of time here, trailing by 2 goals, 31.5 minutes to go. Brewer sends it out. Not quite to midfield, but it'll get that far. And then sent up into the Collinsville defensive zone. And racing for it, Feldman. Woo, boy, that was almost a dangerous pass attempt there. She missed Munoz, but luckily for her, the forward there, Moody, didn't come in and take that ball for a golden opportunity one-on-one. Throw in comes from Birdsong. Picked off for a moment. That moment's gone. And now Collinsville does it again. Coco does a nice job on the interception, trying to thread the needle up to Jeremias, but she hit that one just a little bit too hard. And now Althoff back in the offensive zone. Moody trying to find, and she does, Morgan Wagner. Wagner had the first goal of the game. Popped this one up, and then that one's not quite going to go across the end line. Saved there by Collinsville, and they sent it across the sideline. So a throw-in instead of a corner kick. Althoff may have a player hurt. And they do. Doesn't appear to be too entirely bad, but unable to put any pressure down on that right leg is one of the Althoff defenders, being helped off by one of the coaches. And then Moody comes over to help get the injured player to the sideline. Twisted ankle or some kind of a leg injury. Not going to speculate all that much. Trainers will come over and check her out now that she is off of the playing field. Clock is stopped with 30 minutes and 12 seconds left. And referee blows his whistle. We're back underway. Throw in, far side sideline. Collinsville takes care of it. Send it up to Rader. Rader tries to get past her defender, does so, gets past another defender, sends the ball up into the middle for Cox. Cox over to Jordan Gary. Gary right through the midfield circle and then into the Collinsville offensive zone, but defenders are back there for Althoff to get there first. Now back into the teeth of the Collinsville defense. Munoz fights off one of the forwards. That's Moody. And then Voss will send the ball up back to midfield. Morgan Rader is there. Can't quite get a foot on it. And then it's off of the body of Maria Coco and out of bounds. Collinsville is making a couple of substitutions as Van Dyke checks back into the game, as does Bolandis. Throw in coming up here for Coco. And Bolandis off of a body. That stays with Collinsville. And another throw in coming up here for Coco. Collinsville trails 2-0. 29 minutes to go here in this second half, so plenty of time to get the equalizers. But that's been a hard task to take care of today here for Collinsville. Being shut out by a team that has scored 18 goals in their last 2 games. 8 of those by Moody. She's been kept off the board, but goals by Wendler and Wagner. Moody scored that second goal? Or do you have that same thing I did? Moody, okay. Can't tell me. 2 and 8 looks almost alike on jerseys. Was Moody that scored the second goal? Reagan Moody. Oh, I've been known to be wrong plenty of times, especially with these jersey numbers. And the 2s look like 8s and 9s and 6s sometimes. Althoff with the ball and the lead. Crusaders send it back to their defense. In the mid-circle. Off of the foot of Maria Voss, and Lexi Munoz will track it down, but off of a body, didn't get very far. And now Voss, right in the middle of the field, will send it up to midfield. And trying to get it a little farther is Sarah Hensey. She couldn't. Back to the defense it goes once again. Here is Coco. Sends it up here to this near side sideline for Bolandis. Bolandis will pop a ball into the offensive zone off of a defender's head. And Jordan Gary trying to get there, but that ball is sent into the stands. And Collinsville will have another throw in here. And again, it'll be the senior defender, Maria Coco. Out to the middle, and Siverly with it. Over onto the far side for Sydney Summer. And Summer gets bumped off the ball, but the ball will travel in front of the Kahok bench, and Summer will get it right back. And push it up, trying to find Hensey. Nothing doing. Jordan Gary comes in. She couldn't get there in time. And now the ball comes all the way down the field where it's going to be handled by Feldman. Feldman sends it back up. Over on the far side, Sydney Summer trying to track it down. She can't, and it's sent into the Althoff bench. Throw in for Collinsville from there. And Summer gets it right back into the middle for Siverly. Siverly has a couple of players over here on the left, but instead decided to go up on the right for Jermias. Jermias puts a shot on goal. Oh, what a save there by Anna Brewer. And then the rebound comes out, and it's just sent over the end line. So a corner kick again coming up for Collinsville. This will be their 4th of the day. Trying to find that magic touch. Looks like Jordan Gary's going to come over and take this corner kick. Calyx need a little bit of almost sloppy goals, and that one's down but not in, and it comes out front and back over to Jordan Gary, and Gary puts another one toward the goal, poked out of there by Brewer, and then it comes down. Voss couldn't handle it as she was trying to come back into the box, and then the Althoff Crusaders sent it all the way back out and into their own bench. And that was a flurry of activity down there that almost resulted in a goal. As we approach 25 minutes left to play here in this second half, 2-0 in favor of Althoff. Collinsville throws it in again. In between the benches to Jeremias. Now the defense for Althoff takes over, and they get it up to Moody. Moody, who has a goal here, scored the second one, comes in from the left wing, trying to cut off the angle, is the goalkeeper Feldman, and she does just that. Ball goes across the end line, and it's going to be a corner kick coming up here for Althoff. Baseball team was supposed to be in action today at Belleville East. That one, they decided yesterday to go ahead and cancel it. And the two teams were supposed to play at Fletcher Field Monday afternoon. So instead, that game has been canceled, and now they're going to play a doubleheader at Belleville East on Monday. So I will be at the sports complex to bring you a softball game. Mater Dei comes to town. About 4:30 is when we'll get that one underway. Collinsville gets the ball on a nice steal and a continued push forward by Jeremias over on the far sideline. She's double-teamed, continues her push forward, and then that is ricocheted off of the shin of one of the defenders, and Collinsville will get yet another corner kick. This one will be taken from the far side corner. And I believe Lexi Munoz will be taking this one. Munoz puts it in the air. All the way out front and down. Turn around, shoot. Nope, can't get that shot. Now back over to Munoz. Munoz puts one toward the goal off of a body, and that one's blocked out by the defender. And it still comes down. Collinsville with another opportunity here. Here is Cox. Cox sends the ball over to the sideline for Belandis. Belandis sends it into the middle of the box. Here's another chance for Collinsville, and a shot by Jeremias. And then the rebound was popped out of there, but she was so upset that it was blocked out that she stopped moving forward, or could have had a rebound opportunity there, and Collinsville is shut off the board once again. Man. If Megan Jeremias would have kept on going after that shot, she might have had a golden opportunity for a rebound putback. She was so frustrated that her point-blank shot was handled by Brewer that she just kind of stopped in her tracks. Clock is stopped, and the referee is going to go over and talk to head coach Chris DiGirolamo for Collinsville. Maybe he thought that went in. I don't think. Monday, softball. Thursday, softball. And then Saturday, May the 1st, which is a week from today, a baseball doubleheader against Alton Marquette on Kentucky Derby Day. So the conversation is over with the referee and Coach DiGirolamo. Now the referee is going to talk things over with Anna Brewer. I have no idea what this conversation could be about. Was he going to go over and ask her, did the ball go in the net? Did it cross the line? No? Okay. Conversations are over, and we are back in business. Ball comes all the way down from Munoz and then off of the arm of Morgan Wagner and out of bounds. So Collinsville will get another throw in. 22 minutes left to play here in this second half. Poked up toward midfield. Picked up by Munoz. Munoz sends it back up to midfield, but it's picked off there by Calvert. And then a one bounce opportunity for Feldman. Back out toward midfield where it's taken over there by Althoff. Althoff moves the ball back up and over to Moody. Moody with her 9th goal of the season here in this game. And into the box it goes, and it'll be just picked up there by Feldman, and we'll have a goal kick restart. Why did we have a whistle? Do we have a penalty kick here? Well, I tell you what, Chris DiGirolamo is not very happy. I can hear him yelling, and he's all the way over there on that far sideline. I don't know what was called inside the box, and it really didn't look like anything malicious happened anywhere. But there's going to be a penalty called, and it's going to be in the box, and we're going to have a penalty kick here by Althoff. It's going to be taken by either Moody or O'Neill. O'Neill gets it. And a save by Feldman, and Collinsville gets it out of there. And then it's going to stay with Althoff, as they couldn't quite stop the ball from going across this sideline here. I don't have a clue as to what got called in the box there because, like I said, there was nothing malicious I saw. Collinsville will get the ball back, and coming back into the game is Olivia Johnson. She'll take the place of Maria Coco, and she will take this throw in. As we are halfway through this second half. It's off of the elbow of one of the Althoff players, so we'll do it all over again, just to bring it up about 20 yards. And Johnson with another throw-in. Morgan Rader checks back into the game, as does Sarah Hensey. In the middle it goes to Maria Voss. Voss, the defender, sends it up into the midfield circle, trying to find Morgan Rader, but it didn't happen. And Munoz trying to fend off Moody. And then Collinsville gets it back, and a nice job there by Olivia Johnson to get that ball out of harm's way. Up to midfield. Collinsville. Belandis was wide open here on this left wing, and Georgia Cox just couldn't get the ball to her. To midfield it goes. Siverly pokes the ball up into the offensive zone, and Brewer will come out and take care of that before Morgan Rader can get there and do anything with it. 19 minutes left to go here in the second half now. Time becomes a factor as Collinsville needs 2 goals here to tie it up. As Anna Brewer sends the ball back out to midfield. One bounce and then off of the head of Moody. Voss gets there before Moody does. Sends it up to Van Dyke. Van Dyke on the near, make that the far sideline. And that ball ends up out of bounds. And more substitutions going on. Lydia Fluss checks back into the game for Collinsville, as does Evie Hood, who had the lone goal in the JV win. Ball comes in and down onto Siverly's feet. Back to the defense it goes. Here is Sydney Summer. Summer sends the ball over into the Althoff bench, where it hits a chair, and when it did, a whole bunch of water came sliding out of that chair. So I'm guessing that chair is not being occupied. Althoff with the lead and the ball. And all the way back to Feldman. Feldman sends a pop fly back out to the midfield circle off of a head. And then it comes down for Hensey. Hensey over here to this near sideline, but Hood couldn't find it. And a throw-in coming here for Althoff, right below our location. onto the foot of Calvert, and then back to the defense it goes. Hope Schmidt over here to the near side sideline, but Birdsong couldn't handle it, so a throw-in coming up here for Olivia Johnson. That was an easy one for me to remember because the last few years, Destiny Johnson wore number 7. So we go from one Johnson to the other. Here is Munoz. Munoz trying to fend off Moody. Gets it back over here to Johnson. And then it's poked away by Moody, but it goes over the yellow line, and Collinsville will get to keep it. 16:45 to play here in the second half. Rainy, wet, and chilly Saturday afternoon here at the end of April. This time of year, we're supposed to be at 70-50. 70 for a daytime high, 50 for a low, but recently we've been in the 50s for daytime highs, and a couple of times this past week we've been below freezing. Not good for the plants. Now, at midfield we go, and Morgan Rader sent that one up into the offensive zone, but it's picked up by Althoff. They send it back, and Johnson couldn't handle the loose ball and keep that offensive push going forward. Instead, it comes up to Moody. Moody tries to send it into a streaking Julia O'Neill, but Collinsville's defense gets there first, and they'll send it back to their goalkeeper. And Jenna Feldman will get us back to action here with a goal kick restart. She does so. It's low and doesn't go very far. Comes down onto the feet of Moody, and then Moody sends it back out to the midfield circle where it's picked up and sent over back again to O'Neill. O'Neill breaks around one defender, picks it up into the box, over to Moody on the left wing. Moody sends the ball over off the crossbar, and then it comes down right onto the foot of Morgan Wagner, and Wagner couldn't send it home into this empty near side net over here, and Morgan Wagner almost had her second goal, while Moody almost had her second goal. Off of the crossbar, and now Collinsville will send it back out to midfield, or at least try to get it that far from Feldman. Not quite, but it takes a Collinsville roll, and it goes over to Hood. And that ball ends up out of bounds. Althoff will have a throw-in. And the throw-in will be coming from Bree Birdsong. Moody trying to get around Alexi Munoz. Munoz defends very well and takes care of that, but it'll belong to Althoff once again. Nope, belong to Collinsville this time. Off of Hood. Back over to Johnson. Johnson sends it up in the middle to Hensey. Back over to Johnson it goes. On the near side sideline. Pushes the ball up to Hood. And then it's knocked out of bounds again by Hood. And another throw-in coming here for the Althoff Lady Crusaders. In the front of the 18-yard box. And a whistle. Collinsville did something there wrong, and it's going to be another free kick coming up here for Althoff, and this one's going to be pretty close, 30 yards away. So Collinsville being victimized here by some penalty shots, and that one goes across the line. Save by Feldman over on the far side post and across the end line. It's going to be a corner kick coming up here for Althoff. 714 days ago, we had a girls' soccer game here, and we haven't had one here since. 16 days shy of being exactly 2 years ago that the Lady Cahoks last played on their home turf. And they are on the wrong side of a 2-0 score with 13 minutes left to play here in this second half. It comes down in front, and then a header over everything. And the Cahawks will get the ball back on a goal kick restart coming up here from Jenna Feldman. Feldman, ready to go. Low. And Hensey sends it up, but the defense for Althoff hangs tough, and they send it right back into the box where it's scooped up there by Feldman, and we'll do it all over again. And again, it stays low, but this time it's going to come out all the way to Hood, and Hood will send it back over to Johnson, and Johnson will send it back to Feldman. Feldman getting pressure there from Moody, sends the ball back out, and again, not very far, and then it's sent up a little farther off of the head of Siverly, but into the Althoff bench, and once again, the Crusaders will have a throw-in. Collinsville can't get out of their own defensive zone right now. And again, another throw-in coming up here for the Lady Crusaders. We're just going to do it all over again. Throw in, out of bounds. Throw in, out of bounds. Throw in, out of bounds. Throw in. Not out of bounds. At least not yet. That ball spins up in the air, though. Takes a weird bounce, and that one's going to go over. Well, we have a whistle. And another kick coming up here for Althoff. Corner kick. I didn't even see it cross the end line. I don't know. We had a defender back there. I thought for sure we stopped that before it went across the end line. But I guess I'm wrong. Won't be the last time. Definitely not the first. That ball stays low, and that one's in off of the head of Moody. And Moody has been on quite a roll lately. That's her second goal today, coming off of 5 yesterday and a hat trick the game before that. So 10 goals in the last 3 days for Moody. And it's 3-0 in favor of Althoff. Collinsville running out of time and running out of goals. 2-0 was going to be a big task with a little over 11 minutes to go, or 10 minutes to go in this game anyway. Now it's a 3-goal deficit. Wasn't sure what to expect from these Althoff Crusaders. They've scored a lot of goals, but I'm not sure about the competition that they scored them against. Althoff yesterday won 13-0. They had 10 goals in the first half of that game against Centralia. They beat Carbondale 5-0. One day after, Carbondale handed Salem a 14-0 loss. And the Crusaders won their first game at Columbia 4-1. They had 3 of those 4 goals in the second half of that game. So I guess the Althoff Crusaders are no joke. They have some firepower on offense, that's for sure. Ball sent up, trying to find Moody once again, but that is off of a leg, and Feldman will pick it up before it goes across the end line. Just under 10 minutes to go here in this second half. Kahawks have a tall mountain to climb, down 3-0. And they need to score 3 goals within that 10 minutes to send it to overtime. All starts with the first one, but you have to get it to the other end of the field. The left side of your screen is where we need to be. Kahawks have had a couple of chances, but couldn't get anything past Anna Brewer. That ball's out of bounds. And another throw-in coming up here for the Crusaders. Seems like it's stopped raining, but everybody still got umbrellas out. And either that or it's raining so light that I can't see it. Here's Johnson. Johnson sends the ball up to Hood. To Fluss. Fluss got taken off of the ball. Circles around, trying to work on getting it back. And right below us, it's kicked off to the side and back up to the near sideline from Moody. Into the middle it goes, and Maria Voss with a nice steal. She'll push the ball up for Hood. Hood splits the defense and then gets her jersey tugged on, and that's going to be a whistle. Moody was tugging on Hood's jersey the whole way. But it wasn't until she actually got yanked down to the ground that the referee blew the whistle. The ball gets sent right back from midfield. And again, here comes Moody trying to make something else happen. Going for another hat trick, she is. And she circles that left wing, comes in front, puts a shot on, off the post, and back out this side, off the far side post. And Johnson sends the ball up, but It's sent right back into the box by Althoff's Bree Birdsong as Hood tried to make a run for the ball before Birdsong got there. Feldman sends the ball back out. Over onto the far side. Parrish trying to track it down for Collinsville. Out of bounds it goes, and right in front of the Althoff bench, Grace Lanier will throw one in. Out to midfield. Althoff settles it down. Moody will just send it back to her defense. And over to O'Neill. O'Neill punches it through, and it's going to roll all the way to Feldman. She'll scoop it up. And will send us back to work here on a goal kick restart with 7 minutes to go here in the second half. 3-0 in favor of Althoff. On the far side sideline. Picked up by Lanier. Couldn't get it upfield, though, and now off of her and out of bounds, so another throw-in coming for the Crusaders as we have 6.5 minutes to go here in this second half. Into the far side corner. Turned around. Althoff sends it back into the middle again, and that's rejected by Voss. All the way back out to Jordan Gary. Gary gets past one defender, tries to push it up for Hood. Hood is on the run. She has a chance at it here, and she turns around and gives it back to Jordan Gary, but Gary couldn't quite get there, and then Gary inadvertently takes an elbow to the nose. That has got to hurt. It was an accidental elbow to the nose, but boy, she took it squarely. Either that or to the lip or the chin or something. She's keeping her head tilted back. I'm guessing we got a little bit of a nosebleed blowing on here, and well, no, guess not. Going to have a replacement for Jordan Gary, though, while they send her off. Jeremias comes back in. The referee said to go ahead and let the substitution happen. Jordan Gary with her first action at track and field yesterday. And a jump ball. I don't see that very often. Collinsville comes away with it. Here is Fluss over to Bolandis. And Bolandis tried to feed it back to Lydia, but Fluss had it end up going behind her. Now over on the far side sideline, Althoff looking for some more goals. They send it into the box and scooped up by Feldman before Moody could get there as she vies for second hat trick in as many days, actually 3. And a chance for Collinsville here on the offensive side for Jeremias. Over onto the far side for Parrish, but she couldn't handle the pass and just a little too far for her. And it goes out of bounds, and Althoff with a throw-in deep down into the Collinsville offensive zone. Comes right in front of the Kahok bench. Sent back up. Flush trying to track it down. Can't do it. And it's sent back up by the Collinsville defense. Now back to the midfielders for Althoff. Trying to dance around Van Dyke over there, but Van Dyke wins the battle and sends it up the sideline to Jeremias. And she'll send it right into the middle of the box, trying to find Hood, but overshoots her. And then a race for it over here on this near side, and it'll be sent up the near side for Johnson. Johnson will send it back into the middle for Fluss. Fluss back to the defense, and Lanier. 4.5 minutes to go. Collinsville trying to score one to at least get rid of the goose egg here, and then see if they can build from there. To Hood. Hood turns around and tries to flip it into the middle where Jeremias was, but didn't get enough on it. Now it comes down for Voss. Voss off of a body to Jeremias. Jeremias in front of the bump in front of the box. Sends it over on the far side. Now back to Van Dyke. Van Dyke couldn't handle the pass. Goes off of her foot. And then back out to midfield it goes. And chasing it down there, Sydney Summer. Summer gets tripped up. And immediately. Moody says sorry about that and helps her up, but that's going to be a free kick, but albeit from about 90 yards away from the goal. Looks as if the Crusaders are going to jump out to a 4-0 start on the year. And Collinsville will try to figure things out as they are going to drop down to 2-2 on the year. Unless the Cahoks can find a way to score 3 goals in 3 minutes. Here's a chance by Jeremias, and Hood sends the ball up off of a body, and then rolling out and picking the ball up was Anna Brewer, just as Hood was trying to come in for another rebound poke in. All the way back out to midfield it goes. Popped back into the Kahok defense. And then all the way back to Feldman. Back out to midfield it goes. And shot into the offensive zone by Belandis. Trying to track it down is Jeremias. She's not going to get there, and that's going to go across the end line. And we'll have a corner kick coming up here for Collinsville. Lady Cahoks are back in action Monday right here on this field versus Columbia. We'll be over at the softball field. There's a chance in front for Collinsville. A push and a save, and then Anna Brewer comes all the way out and takes care of a rolling ball because no one wearing the purple and white could get there before she did. 2 minutes to go here in this one. 3-0 in favor of Althoff. Brewer will send it back out to midfield. And a bounce, and it finds the leg of Sydney Summer, and Summer will just send it into the Kahok bench right there for Coach DiGirolamo to take care of it himself. To Fluss. Fluss will send it back to the defense, and Voss will send it up, or excuse me, Summer sends it up. And over to Jeremias, now over onto the far side, and that is defenseman Grace Lanier. The junior defender for Collinsville comes back out to Fluss. Told you the other day when we were doing the softball game, and Brianna Wellen was playing third base. Her and my daughter, Addison, used to be the best buds of friends back in their Renfro days. And then after Renfro, Addison went to Holy Cross, and that's where her and Lydia Fluss became friends. Here is Hood. Up. Picked off by the defense. Back over here to this near side sideline. And then off of the foot of Johnson, and a throw in here for Althoff. And Moody settles it down. She has 2 goals in this game. And then it's popped up into the defense, and it'll be sent all the way back to Jenna Feldman for Collinsville. But Cahoks are going to drop this one. We only have about 15 seconds left. There's another shot, and that's a goal. That is a goal. That is scored by O'Neill with just 13.6 seconds left. And just when you thought this one was going to be over with a 3-0 final, it looks as if it's going to be a 4-0 final. O'Neill picks up her 3rd goal of the year. And Collinsville will bring it up in these waning seconds, trying to get at least one on the board. Here is Jeremias. She shoots and just past the diving goalkeeper, Anna Brewer, as time was running down. And that is a final as Collinsville falls here this afternoon by a score of 4-0. That'll bring us into our post-game program brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives, all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call at 3602 or online chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. 4-0 final. Althoff improves to 4-0 on the year, dropping Collinsville to 2-2. Post-game show comes your way
As
next.
the Director of Sports
Kahok
Medicine
Sports
at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And once again, welcome back to the Chiropractic Works post-game show here at Kahok Stadium. Not meant to be here for the Lady Kahok's home opener for their 2021 soccer season. They fall to Althoff today 4-0. Althoff improves their record to 4-0, and Collinsville drops theirs to 2-2. Next up for the Lady Kahok soccer program will be Monday night here against Columbia in non-conference action. We'll be over at the softball field, bringing you the softball game between Collinsville and Mater Dei on Monday afternoon. Myself and Chris Kettler will be there for that one, I believe. At any rate, just wasn't meant to be. Collinsville falls 4-0. Early goal in the game by Althoff within the first 2 minutes of the first half. Collinsville only trailed 1-0, and then the second goal came about 30 seconds into the second half, and then a couple more goals added on by Althoff late in that second half has given them that 4-0 victory. So that's going to do it for us here this afternoon. Again, we're back at it Monday afternoon. Softball action. Mater Dei Lady Knights come to town to take on your Collinsville Kahawks. Will be on the air about 4:15 with the pregame show, and then first pitch will fly at around 4:30. Again, my name is Todd Duke. Thanks for joining us here this afternoon, and until Monday, everyone enjoy the rest of your weekend.